Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Uh Tonight's going to be a pretty crazy one because I did a researched show this time. I did do a little bit of cramming, but I've been thinking about this since Amy's last show, the one about Red Panda Koala and Michaela Fachar. Yeah, I'm looking at Michaela Fachar and I'm and I'm looking at what she's posted up. Now, she's on Twitter and I have a little bit of information to go to. I didn't do such a deep dive. Okay, I did. I read a Twitter from like for the past 2 months, which was a lot of reading. And well, I'm comparing and contrasting and looking at the examination Patrick from Vetted gave her. Now, I don't agree with Patrick on a few things. Okay. All right. I'm going to defend her right now because, well, Patrick is he's not a very chaotic individual, okay? And Patrick is very organized and he stays on topic very well, but that's not really what this topic calls for. Let's be honest. Really, I mean, she talks about, Michaela talks about on her Twitter, there's a lot of stuff about MAGA, there's a lot of stuff about ISIS and the Taliban. Okay, and there's a lot of stuff about, uh, her take on politics. However, all right, Patrick says this girl's all over the place. His link is in the description, okay? I consider myself a friend of his show, though he may not even know if this show exists. So, here's the deal. There's a lot going on in the world, and it's hard to keep up with. You're gonna be all over the place when you see something and it's all over the place. I mean, not only does she talk about, okay, let me go now. Let me see, all over the place. There's a lot going on. I had a whole different show planned for this evening, right? A whole different show. What I will go through the small version of the notes for the previous show, right? For the show that I had planned on. Oh, right, I did digitally. Okay, it was about it was not even about ufology this time. It wasn't supposed to be, but here we are, right? Yeah, it was going to be over HARP because, well, firsthand knowledge, right? That's how I do my shows. What have I been through? What can I talk about? And, well, I can talk about the weather for sure. And that's what it was going to be over. And I was going to go over HARP because it's freaking cold. Look at my other videos. Snowpocalypse 2025, right? Oh, man. Okay, I defined HARP, the HARP website, weather warfare, uh, a YouTube video on if it's a research or weather weapon in in Alaska, and I was going to go from that to the North Carolina floods, the fires in Maui, the fires in LA, the treatment. But you know what? I don't really have anything but the weather, and those were related topics. And this, if anyone doesn't know, I was in the Army and I had a top secret clearance. Weird things happened. Okay. I was never involved in anything directly, but I was positioned to be in places to do certain things. That's the way they do. Now, I'm not saying I'm all that. And Michaela, her, right? Oh, by the way, she is listening. Shout out, Michaela. And shout out Angeli, which has there is a really interesting comparison there. So let me go back, right? She talks about, um, well, Patrick talks about she's all over the place. And well, let me tell you, Patrick, I have to disagree because uh, things are all over the place right now. Let's go. I like the show I had planned was going to be over HARP, and it's not going to be anymore. Okay. Maybe if the weather gets worse, I'll talk more about HARP. But that's going on. Wildfires in LA. That's going on. Orbs over LA. Okay. Now, these are things that are out there. Maui fires happened. Are they related? Are they not? Probably. I think they are, but whatever. That's something to talk about. The world is a chaotic place, bro. You can't just, I mean, I'm glad you're very organized and to the point and not wavering on your topics, but not a lot of us have that. Hmm, how do I put it? I don't want to say discipline because me and other people definitely have discipline. I even took notes, right? That's discipline. Hey, Michaela, thank you for coming in the chat. Yeah, I am defending your position right now. All right. Now, this is going to be an honest review. Don't get mad, but this is an honest review. All right. Now, okay. Patrick says she's all over the place. I said that part, but there's a lot going on and it's a lot to deal with when you think about it. You only have to, I mean, not even talking about the quantum stuff. Let's just talk about the regular old news, the Cybertruck explosion, Las Vegas, freaking the whole election thing, MAGA. That's without the weird stuff. Okay, possible uh possible sorry, too much coffee today. I mean, it seemed I needed more coffee. Um Possible adversarial drones over New Jersey, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Gravitational drives. There's a this is in regular news. This is on like NBC, okay? All this stuff is on NBC. You can go to the website right now. So now when you go into the quantum, that is me, Amy, Angeli, and now Michaela. That is our realm. I've been through it. Now those are the wait a minute. Let me back it up. Going into the quantum, we're there, but let's talk about the stuff that's not in the news. Look at my whole channel, Patrick. Okay. What have I talked about? Bigfoot, non-human encounters, Men in Black, things that I have had something to do with, right? Okay, now, and my show is all over the place. Okay, it really is. It's all over the place. I'll be totally honest. Also, you you said that you couldn't, Patrick. You said that you couldn't. Now, this is not a ding on Patrick. He did good work, but he's biased. We'll get back to more bias on everyone's part in a minute. But he seems to be biased. He can't find any information out there regarding her with her present name or her previous maiden name. And well, dude, that's the nature of top secret. Google me, find me, do a deep dive on me. My name is spelled correctly here. She's putting out about the same information I'm putting out. So come on. I mean, bring it, look me up. What can you find out about me? I've been out since okay. No, I'm not going to give you any more information. You have what you see here on the internet. My Twitter is spelled correctly. SMT Games is my old store, so it's my name, right? Google me, look me up, see what you can find out about me. All right. It's not going to be so easy. That's the nature of top secret. Find out what you can find out about anyone, right? Now, when you have not been top secret in the government, it's a lot easier. But when you have been top secret, it gets really difficult. Okay. So now I'm just saying that. I'm just going to say that, right? Now, biases. I have my biases. We all do. And it seems like Patrick's bias is really that of a debunker. You have biases that make you want to believe, and then biases that make you disbelieve completely, right? Evidence. Me, Amy, Angeli, Michaela know the evidence cannot exist here. And I said this in a little video on my one of my driving videos, that it's like trying to bring stuff from the dream world. That's quantum reality. We can't do it. It's not going to be here. If I bring the stuff, it just evaporates. It just cannot exist here. Or it's made of something that also cannot exist here and will either decay or never be created in the first place. Never be able to hold its. If this stuff was easy, we'd all be doing it. Manifestation, meditation, deep meditation, spirit guides, Bigfoot, spirit speaking. I've been listening for the past 3 days to this door jangle in my hallway. I ain't gonna go see it. It turns my camera off. I'm done. It don't want to be seen. I'm fine with that. Okay. Now some things that I did write down. Now I'm defending her at this point. Plus, I need more information. Michaela, I'm defending you, right? However, bias, right? My bias is to want to believe. However, I don't want to be taken advantage of either. Much as like so many of us, right? And I have an edge. Okay, one thing that was said was she has something in her iris that can see through dimensions. Well, I'm pretty sure I got that too, because I see things that time jumping. That's it. That's extra dimensional, extra vibrational, whatever, right? Now, but we're all looking at things through our own bias. Okay. He doesn't think that technology exists. Well, it doesn't exist for us. A verge of understanding new technology. AI has helped us. AI has been helping us understand this reality that we're in. This hard nuts and bolts reality is part of it. It's not all of it. And I okay, there's much more to it. Manifestation. I already said it. Manifestation is one you can tell when I'm serious when I got the mic in my hand, right? And manifestation is another thing that we do, and some people call it 0 point access. I call it quantum linking, quantum show, quantum link. We all have it, right? And we are on the verge of understanding new tech. Those weird orbs in New Jersey and now London and Las Vegas are telling me that we're going to have some new tech. Now, I did want to talk about a little bit of tech that we have already talked about. Suppressed technology, hydrogen cell technology, um splitting of water to make fuel technology, hydrogen oxygen, mercury technology, silver. Y'all all know I got my own little stash here, and I've had a lot going on, so I haven't got down on it yet, but I've got parts. I need more parts. I need to clean an old alternator. And I'm working with what I got. Mm. I'm not really looking at the chat just yet. I'm looking over my notes and trying to man, I had like 4 pages of notes for the other show, y'all. But okay, something else. Method of disclosure. When you are a highly organized individual, you deliver things in a highly organized fashion. But when you're not, and you got the world pressing down on you. Michaela is a young lady, okay? She's got a lot of pressure on her, even though she's got the edge of having been in the military. There's still a lot of pressure, okay? I'm not going to go into it, but you got the millennial pressure. I believe she's a millennial. Okay, I'm not real sure about that. I don't know her date of birth. I'm not trying to find out either. But she appears to be of the age that is of the millennial era. Okay, and there's a lot of pressure on those guys. So she's got that to deal with. Plus, she's probably got the men in black watching over her, listening to this broadcast. They're already here. They're already here, bro. Don't worry about it. They're listening. um, so her delivery of what she says is going to be a little bit chaotic because that's her mind, and I can see that. I have this too, right? Now I went on Patrick's video and I poked fun because I a little bit. I said, was Chewbacca and Han Solo there at the Kessel Run? Well, I didn't understand what that meant at the time, and now I do. She replied to me. I talked to her on Twitter, and I asked her what was the reference about Kessel Run, because that's a Star Wars reference. What does it mean in this context? And she said a bunch of nerds at the Air Force name stuff like that. I'm like, I get it. What do I call normal people here? Muggles. What do I call these little robots? What do I call these little robots? Minions, right? Who are they a minion to? This guy, right? The little guys are minions to this guy. So I can get that. And when Michaela, when I said ADA, I meant Air Defense Artillery. That was me. But I was not a missile guy, okay? I was a chaplain's assistant. That adds a whole nother element and dimension to my being top secret, okay? And also, he says, you claim to be an alien. Well, guess what? We're all star seeds. We have our different paths to follow. Alien, sure. Breathe. Okay. You got the aliens that are physical, the ones on Mind on Human Reports. Okay. And then you got the ones that are, I call it extra vibrational. Other people call it extra dimensional. Okay. Now, Patrick is a smart guy, but I don't think he's in his element here. I agree with the nuts and bolts stuff that he does, but when it comes to the psychic, the energetic, and the quantum stuff, I think you're out of your element. And that's why shows like mine exist. And that's also why they don't do very well, because not too many people can relate to this stuff. Okay. Amy can. Angeli can. Angeli, there's an interesting, okay, now I don't know if she's here or not. Probably not. There's an interesting comparison from Michaela and Angeli. And Michaela, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It's Michaela, right? That's how I'm looking at it. But it looks like Michaela. But whatever. I hope I'm sorry if I'm not. Um, so sorry about all the dead air, y'all. I've got all these thoughts going in my head, right? Star seeds. And well, let's look at star seeds and remote viewing. Oh, Michaela. Okay. It's the second. You got it. Okay. Well, thank you. You're still listening. Good. I'm glad I haven't disappointed you yet. Okay. Michaela. I'll go with Michaela. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Are you listening, Patrick? It's Michaela. Thank you. Okay. And And so Amy knows too. It's Michaela. By the way, go to Amy's show. Amy is good. Amy is good. Amy's really good. She wants evidence too, but she's more open to the energetic. And I can see you're coming from an energetic stance partially, whether you know it or not. Okay. Because all this stuff, real quick, here's how I am relating to that, right? Here's how I'm relating into that. My Men in Black story. I'll really quickly go over it. Fort Bliss. It was 1994. I was on police call, cleaning the housing area, picking up garbage, right? I said, hey, to my buddy here, this is real quick. Hey, buddy, that I don't know, you're just in my unit with me. Do they have a crash recovery team here? And they're like, oh, well, the motor pool's got trucks for when the missile haulers break down. I'm like, no. Area 51 is right down the road. I'm talking about UFOs, flying saucers. He goes, oh, no, I don't know about anything about that. They show up a week later. Apparently, I was low on the docket, right? They show up a week later. I'm cleaning again. I look across the street to headquarters, and there's a guy there standing, like looking up at the sky like that, right? Black suit, white skin, black hair, sunglasses, just like in the movie. And I asked my buddies in the barracks who worked at that building, so what was the FBI doing here? They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, there was a dude in a black suit on the steps. They didn't know. I went on with my life. I was busy. And so nobody could tell me anything. Dial ahead a few years, I got some rank now. I'm in charge of my own office. I'm the brigade chaplain's assistant. So I got my own office. I got staff on call. No, I took details. And I made a joke context. My buddy, his wife wrote some dumb stuff on LES. They didn't call it LES in the airports. It's your leave and earnings statement for the month. Wrote some dumb stuff about some government stuff on the back of one, balled it up, threw it away. The FBI showed up, interviewed them all day, right? Because it was a major infraction. You can't write what you write on that and not be looked at. They look at every piece of garbage. There's your context. And it's supposed to be top secret. Everybody knew about it. Okay. Everybody knew about it. And then I made a joke with my boss, the chaplain. I said, hey, sir, I put the paperwork that we normally do, and I put 2 transfer requests, 4187 in the Army, something else in the Air Force, 2 4187s in for me and him to be deployed to Groom Lake Facility Area 51, right? It was a joke, but I made it sound great, right? And I was about to put one in for Antarctica, but I didn't want to deal with actually being sent to Antarctica, right? But I put one in for Area 51. And yeah, I've been into this stuff for a long time. We had a good he signed it, had a good chuckle about it. Oh, Alan, don't turn that in. I'm like, no, sir, I won't. Put it in the shred pile. They come in, the Men in Black show up a week later. Again, I'm looking out the door. I am about to head to my office. I see them standing at my door. The same dude. Apparently, there were 2 of them this time. And well, nobody saw him. Nobody had any record. And this time I went to the gate guard. I went to the headquarters building. I called my boss. I was like, who's that guy in black, sir? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, Alan. You're late. It was 1 minute. You know how they are. And nobody had a clue. They were ghosts. For years, I thought I made it up. For years, I thought I had an overactive imagination, too much coffee, and too much of that German wine. But then I was like, wait a minute. Why am I making up a story where nothing happens? I really analyzed myself. So that's an energetic coming from perspective, okay? so I can understand. No, no one believes me. I have no evidence. All the stuff that I talk about, I have no evidence. It cannot exist here. Talking to my spirit guide, I have no evidence. The cemetery, oh my God, the cemetery, no evidence, right? The other person involved in the cemetery, she cannot talk about it. I mean, cannot talk about it. Not, will not. She's unable to articulate what the fuck happened to her out there because she was taken to somewhere else, right? And I was like held at the door to somewhere else, but I saw it happen. It was nuts. Of all the stuff, that is still the craziest thing ever, ever that happened. And no evidence, none, no evidence whatsoever, right? Mm. So yeah, evidence cannot exist. If I was to go, she said she saw what little bit she did tell me. She said she saw a hat, right? I'm like, where's the hat? This is a historic cemetery. This is not one that you go to all the time. It's national parks or state park protected historical landmark. Who's back there to leave a hat? There's no hat. And she couldn't even describe the hat. She said she saw a hat on the ground. So I have no evidence of it. I have no evidence of it, but that is one in a dozen things that has happened with me that there is no evidence. Now, let me get back to my notes, right? Now, I'm kind of still rebuking or retorting to Patrick, right? Okay, something he mentioned, SOS on the phone. I have an iPhone also. I am definitely in the United States. And I will show you what mine says. Mine says SOS. Now, why does it say that? Why? Why does it say that? Because it's not my main phone, Patrick. There is a. Here's my main phone. About to explode. Freaking thing. Batteries all popped up. Here's my main phone. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it's got full signal on there, right? That's the, that was what you didn't ask. Why can't a phone work? I mean, that is something you can look at, right? Just ask me, ask anybody. And why does a phone say that? It's still got Wi-Fi. The Apple, it's still got Wi-Fi. It can still look at stuff. All right. I will have to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, Patrick, somebody in the chat said it felt like a hit piece. Yeah, it did. Let me see here. Here we go. It's on Twitter. I got Twitter. It's live, right? Can you see that? You can't read the date. One day from Ryan Grimm, David Ferrier reposted. But I still don't have a signal here, but I got Wi-Fi. Dude, come on now. Stop. I mean, I know you don't want people to give this girl any credit, but come on. When you're making up stuff and you're not looking at the muggle stuff before you look at the weird stuff. I mean, I just showed you my iPhone cannot be serviced by T-Mobile or whatever, and then still have Wi-Fi signal. It's not my main phone, and there's a variety of reasons why that happens. Okay, I happen to say I was gifted this one. I never got put on my main account. I still use my Android. Okay, but I could if I wanted to. It's kind of a pain in the butt to go to the store and do it. Okay. So that's something, right? And he said she sounds anti-American. I disagree. I don't see anything anti-American about her. I mean, color me the picture, bro. You know, one or two statements taken out of context does not make someone un-American. You can do that to literally anyone. Okay. I don't That's another thing I disagree with. Now, I'm not looking for confirmation bias on my part. You're looking for debunker bias, okay? And yeah, when you lay out all your cards, oh, that's something else I wrote here. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. When you lay out all your cards and method of disclosure, it's going to seem like you're all over the place because, well, there's a lot going on. A lot going on. And if you have highly methodical way of doing stuff, people are going to say you're a plant. If you have a disorganized way of doing stuff, that would be me, Michaela, okay, and kind of Angeli too. Then it's going to seem like we're just going for clout. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? So I'm glad, like, you're highly organized, you're to the point, you're very deep dive researcher. Great. I have a lot going on. I'm not going to go into it. Look at my other shows, right? I'm sure Michaela has Michaela. I ruined it. What did she say? Michaela. Michaela. That's it. Michaela. Sorry. I might edit that part out, but I'm sure Michaela has a lot going on too, because not only has she got to deal with active Army paperwork from her husband, she got to deal with out of Army paperwork for herself, plus all the muggle stuff that we all have to do to, I don't know, have a job, own a car, have a household. I mean, there's a lot on everyone's plates right now. So if she seems like she's all over the place, she's a little distracted by just everything right in her arm's reach. Okay. And yeah, there's a lot going on. And I like tonight's show was, and I did the SOS on the phone. Okay. Method of disclosure. All right. Now, AI in understanding all of our technology, the technology that is coming out, verge of understanding new tech. AI, I'll see, I'm all over the show here too. Try chapterizing this stuff, man. So, yeah, AI has shown us different methods of doing stuff, and it's unexpected, right? They're unexpected methods. It was asked to organize a neural net, and instead of being in logical blocks, it did something that was very akin to neural clusters in the brain, and it was not logical on the level that we think of as logic. It appeared to be chaotic, but it worked. In simulations, it worked. And some of the new tech is going to be interdimensional tech. It's going to be electrogravitic tech. I've been reading a lot of stuff. I try to keep up with technical things, right? Robotics. We're getting better motors, better power, better this and that and everything. Perception. They have pressure on the clamps that to not break an egg, pick something up without breaking it. It's not a dumb instrument anymore. It is a very tactile responding instrument. The claw and the sensors they're using. Oh. Okay, now I'm gonna look. It's halfway through the show. I hope I have. Well, there were some things that I didn't. This was about you, Michaela, not Angeli, but it's more about perception of stuff, right? Raven, I'm talking about Vetted, Patrick from Vetted. If you look in the description, his link is in the description. I consider myself a friend of his show. He may not know who I am though. And thank you, Joe. I'm gonna start looking at the chat now. If I'm all over the show tonight, we can take it. Heck yeah, this is the quantum crowd. You guys can y'all can follow. And I need to say this before. Like and subscribe. If you're here, you are quantum. Thank you, Aussie Boss. Yes, that is for sure. And let's say here. Right. And okay, there was a bunch of hellos. Yeah, that works. All right. So, yeah, AI has helped us understand things in ways we didn't expect it to help us, right? And I hope I have done a good job defending Michaela against Patrick, because Patrick, dude, the SOS thing, that shows you didn't go that deep after all. I mean, you found some stuff out. You asked questions. How about you talk to her directly and don't attack her? Patrick, she's okay, she is a millennial. Everyone has spent years attacking her, years berating her and beating her down. She's not going to want to answer that kind of attitude. Really. I have asked her, and she responded to me. What do you mean by, and I asked her one question, dude, one question, and she responded. And I'm like, you know what? I get it. I totally get it. I'm going to look that up. Michaela, breaking the Cartesian matrix. I think you mean, I think I understand what you mean. Um, I've never heard it put quite like that, but I think I understand. And okay, but yeah, when you approach people like, I think you're lying, you are biasing yourself to this person is lying from the get-go. I don't want to do that. I want to see what's real. And I hate to do any kind of psycho eval on you just off the top, but you can't take psychology without, and I took some psychology, right? I didn't take psychology as a PhD or nothing, but don't take it the wrong way. But you're millennial. This is your mindset. I understand. I know lots of millennials. I work with two of them, and yeah, it's a little difficult at times. Okay, but I get along, and I'm just glad you're not Gen Z. That would be crazy. They would be they're crazy, and they really don't know how to do this, and they will not talk to anybody. Even Amy got by a millennial Gen Z person on the Starseed topic of all things. That's right up Amy's alley. And she said, if you are you gonna you can't answer a question? You're gonna run from a question? And it wasn't a mean question. It was a, like, I asked her, what do you mean in this context? That Starseed said, well, I don't feel comfortable. I'm quoting, trying to remember the quote. I don't feel comfortable with these questions. I'm gonna end it. I don't want to be in this interview anymore. See ya. You know, that doesn't help your case so much, right? Josh, I don't know about the drones. It has yet to be, I don't know, right? I don't know. I don't know about the drones. The only drones I'm really concerned about are the orbs, because I can't explain those away. By the way, I am no longer saying it is the glare of a light, okay? Because I've been seeing much better photography and video. I can't say what they are. It doesn't look like our normal tech. I don't think it looks alien, but I don't think it's our normal tech. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Every time when I ask my spirit guide, not your path. I get not your path. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. It's not like I can really make it my path. I can look at the internet stuff the same as you. So, but getting back to show topic, right? Um Amy was rebuffed by a starseed, and they had, in the beginning, been, "Oh, yeah, we love you, we love you," and then they were, "Oh, wait, you're asking too many questions," because they were insecure and they had little experience dealing with people, and what experience they did have, they were always beaten down, told, "Stop imagining stuff, stop making stuff up." Does this sound familiar? I did this to me with the Men in Black story, and that's not the only one, but I do this to myself all the time, and yeah, there's just a way to approach things, and, one person, I told him about what I was gonna do with the show before I went to the Michaela topic, and he said he went immediately from the political. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, dude. That delves too much into the political realms, talking about, the talking about, specifically the LA fires and Maui fires, right? And, well, I don't do that here because if you wanna go see that, lots of other shows do that. Lots of other shows, right? Talks about the political side of stuff, the DEI, the insurance thing, and um, the whole thing about public policy in California. Not gonna get into it. I'm not there. I can only read, and it's not very quantum, in my opinion. Uh, it's not enlightened. Okay, and yeah, Joshua Samuels, thanks for coming to the show and asking good questions. I don't know. I do not know. But Patrick, the SOS thing is a giveaway, bro. Mine does that. I am in Tennessee. I just don't have it as my main line. And I've explained why. I didn't put it on my account because it's a pain to do that. Not because I'm not in the United States. And something else. Perception. I did a show on perception. She is geared differently than you. You and I bet we're about I'm maybe a little bit older than you, bro, maybe a little bit, but I think but I have had head trauma. She has been reprogrammed. I have been rewired. I said it on that drive-in video. Everyone who can deal with this stuff and make it humdrum, make it normal in our daily lives. We have been either reprogrammed or rewired through some sort of trauma. Okay. And that's us. We've all done it. Amy's had it. Most of the people here have had some kind of trauma, rewiring, reprogramming, some sort. And we see weird stuff. We do. I can't prove it. I saw an alien in a supermarket on several occasions. I saw them at a Bigfoot conference. No one else saw them, right? And they stuck out. I saw them at the Legion. They were blending in. I'm pretty sure they were using some kind of a mental mask. I saw them at a Comic-Con type setting, and they're out there. I think I saw a couple today. Okay, but maybe not. They might have been just Gen Zs. Yeah, they look alien. They look alien to me, right? But I thought I heard something buzzing. Sorry. Yeah, Patrick, you're gonna have to like expand your horizon a little bit, man, because yeah, you do good work, but you're looking at it from one nuts and bolts perspective, maybe a political one, but it's not a quantum one. Okay. I'm going to stay subscribed. I'm going to keep watching you and I'm going to hope you improve. But this is not something that you grow into, right? Like I said, I took a hit on the head and was reprogrammed. Now seeing all kinds of weird stuff. Okay. Michaela's asking, how do I not get scared when you see them? I'm scared of seeing them, even though I have full blown contact and love them. I decided not to be scared. It really took a conscious decision I practiced Buddhism for 2 years. I still employ those techniques, and you don't lose fear, you decide against it. I Let me tell you, here's how I look at them. They are more scared of us because of our ability to manifest than we are of them because they're weird, right? We can we can manifest them away, and it is not pleasant. We are like the apex predators in the protected habitat that they want to study, they want to get to know, but they also don't want to get eaten at the same time. We're the lions, we're the Bigfoots to them. And this is our domain. We control it not only on the physical way, but we manifest this stuff too, right? Hey, everybody. Okay, I should have done this. I am 45 minutes into the show. Welcome to the Quantum Show. Welcome to the chat. We've got guests in the chat. This has been great. And people are talking about I was going to do a whole different show tonight. I was going to talk about the weather and the fires and HARP and space lasers but this is much more close to home because I can kind of identify with Michaela, okay? And like Amy said, she needs more information. I need more information. But I think, Michaela, you will be much more receptive to talking to me than with someone who is trying to debunk you. I'm trying to debunk me, right? No, I'm not trying to I got my hands full, right? I got my hands full debunking me, much less anybody else. I keep trying to keep myself sane by saying, oh, there was a ghost in the hallway. There were ghosts over here, aliens in Gatlinburg, aliens downtown. Am I insane? Let me keep my head about me. Let me meditate and do all this stuff. Okay. No, Monty, not Nutella. Michaela. McCullough. Okay. I would love to talk to you too. I don't do typical interviews. I want to get to know someone first because I've had people come on and they're really just bad people. And I don't want to be, you know, put in a bad way with YouTube or anyone. And okay, let me begin to wrap this stuff up, right? This is one of our diehards, Rachel Andrews Frick. She used to go by another handle, and I started calling her OB2 because of RAF. If fear creeps in, I lose contact seeing them or hearing them. Yeah. Fear is one of those frequency blockers. And that's another thing. I am not, you asked, how can I not be scared of them? Well, they're not here for me, right? I got knocked in the head a couple times and one big time. And now I just see through their whatever glimmer from Doctor Who they're putting up. Yeah, that's something you probably don't know about. Glimmer. And they're not here for me. What I have seen, what I observed them doing is they were living amongst us. One of them, the one in the grocery store, living amongst us, trying to see, like, living in the outback with the wild animals. That's us. That's them. We're the wild animals. And they want to live amongst us to see how, study us from the inside, live how we live, and get a first person perspective. That's one. Another one is they want to see what we know, and that would be the Comic Cons, and that would be the now the Comic Con I went to was very alien oriented. Transformers, they're aliens, right? They're AI alien robots. So they wanted to see, that's always something interesting to them. And because it's very close to another topic of the show. Not going to get into it, right? But Keith knows about it. AI robot aliens coming to Earth. Okay, that's another topic, and it's not the Transformers. So that I've seen them see what appear to see what we want to see. They want to see what we know, how we perceive, and how we process things that could hit home to them, close to them. Sorry, I'm stumbling. I need more coffee, or maybe it's too much. So, and also I've seen them observe us. Non-human report. It was in. Oh man, I'm starting to draw a blank here. That means the show needs to stop here soon. Right. Okay. But they want to observe us. They want to live like us. They want to know how we are. And I believe they want us to elevate. And I also am on board with you. And so is most of the quantum people, my side of stuff, that we are on a precipice of going one of two ways. One, we're going to end up Star Trek. The other, we're going to end up Star Wars. That's bad. Okay. So it's going to, and I've heard you say that. I agree. I read something, right? And I think I covered all the topics. Yeah. So it's like, let's see, let's just go over the verge of understanding new tech. Yes, because AI has helped us understand it. And plus, there's a grassroots movement. There will be no disclosure, but there will be personal disclosure. A lot of people are in contact. I've been contacted and I contacted them back. It was cool. I want to say it was crazy as hell, but it wasn't. It's just, oh, cool. This happened. It's like winning a scratch ticket. This stuff is so common now. Okay. And suppressed tech being made available. Okay. I had a couple of links ready here. This is mainly in the United States, right? Now, there are two cars. I updated the description. There are two hydrogen cars in Australia by Toyota and Hyundai. That is not allowed here. Not because it can't be done or it's magical in the sky, whatever. It's the oil companies. They don't want us to move away from oil. I am all for moving away from oil. Yeah, bring it. Okay. In that way, I am on the side with Elon. Me and Elon, love-hate relationship right there. I don't know him, and I doubt he knows who I am. But let's see. And the Mercury tech, okay, that's another suppressed tech for like hundreds of years. Vimanas, okay, the ancient world had it going on. Your method of disclosure, it's all over the place. Yeah, it is all over the place. And just your association with Richard Doty, is not a damning thing. When you get brought in, you are, they really bring you in. I know what I think you can understand where I'm talking about. They didn't bring me in, right? They didn't want me in. So they don't talk to me, right? I've got something that is either useless to them or they can't control or they don't care about, right? And that's what I call quantum link. Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be one of the ones helping bring the new era in, the good new era, but maybe that might be wishful thinking, but it's not going to stop me. And oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to bring up, right, about Michaela. This is to you, right? I was manipulated by them over and over into doing what I did, and it was their agenda. I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I put my whole heart into it, but they didn't let me know what was going on. Okay. One example was, and this is very mugglish, this is not the quantum weird stuff. One example was I was new in my office. I was at Fort Bliss Chapel 1, and apparently there was some funny stuff going on with the books, and I wasn't involved in it. However, what they did was they positioned me there to help them figure out what was going on. And it wasn't, no one was stealing. It was just some bad bookkeeping from Army standards, military standards. And a bunch of people, and everybody got reassigned except me. Everybody got reassigned except me. And they put me where they wanted me to help them bust what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. And that happened in Germany also. Not so much in Germany. I think I was off the radar in Germany, but I think I don't know. I was on and off their radar because of the Men in Black, and well, no one ever saw the Men in Black again. Neither did I, but I know they're still watching because we've been shadow banned also. Notice we only have 18 people watching. Shadow ban, right? But anyway, Michaela, I believe you're being manipulated also. There are a few young, pretty ladies out there that are being used, okay? And I don't know if they know it or if they're all on board with it or not, right? So just be careful, right? And forget the naysayers. Stick to the quantum people. The nuts and bolts guys, they're never going to believe you. No one's ever going to believe me until I show up in my own flying Mercury Grand Marquis using my Mercury engine, and no one's ever going to believe me about this stuff. They're going to go, oh, yeah, Nathan's just tinkering with his toy robots again. Okay, that's what they want to believe, right? Yeah, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody. This has been the Quantum Show. We talked about, and she was here, Michaela Fachar. Thank you for coming to the chat. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I think you're being manipulated a little bit. Maybe you don't realize it, because if they wanted you to not say something, you wouldn't be saying it. But if they want you to say something, you will be saying it. And you're saying probably what they want, because here we go. Look at the ufology disclosure so far, right? People have been put where they want them to be put, and people have been saying what they want to say, and obviously some of them, okay, some of them, what was that person's name in the cave? He got hit by some kind of a blast. I can't remember his name right now. That's the alien dude. And look at Bob Lazar. They don't want him talking about stuff. He's got some crazy stories too, right? Also, he's got some stuff. He was former top secret, scrubbed, right? And thank you for coming by, Michaela. I hope I was fair, because I think we're both used, okay? They're using you. They used me. They have a lot deeper grip than anyone can really realize, because they have their own quantum people working as well. And yeah, I don't, what Patrick said was, there was a lot of it was unfair, and not much went into it, okay? Prove that. I got SOS on my phone. And there's 100 different reasons why that could happen. But anyway, I was used. Amy is being let to say what she's saying. So is Rich. Rich from Goofon, right? He's another one that he goes for truth, and we look for truth according to our own ability to comprehend. My ability is different than a lot of other people's. I think me and Amy Michaela now and Angeli got a deeper understanding because we've all been reprogrammed, rewired one way or another. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Yes. Hi, LA. Great show. Thanks for being here, Michaela. And I appreciate everybody coming to the show. I had to get this out. I was going to do a whole different show, but this just hit really close to home when I heard Patrick's hit piece on you. And then I heard Amy going over the same stuff saying, Patrick did good work, but I need more information. Well, I need more information too. Don't tell me no secrets. I don't need to know, right? I will be happy to talk to you one on one. I like to talk to people one on one and then maybe bring you in on a panel. Not tonight. Not tonight. Feel free to chat on the panel. I do a second part. This is the solo. The second part is a panel discussion. And I got me, and there's typically 3 of us. And we share out the show after that. Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less. Okay, Woo is saying he'll come on sometime. Okay. I've known Woo for a long time. Me and Woo have been in the chat rooms of lots of different people, and it's cool. Yeah, and yeah, awesome. A lot of people get kicked out because they were not YouTube friendly and they were not cool. A couple of people have that's happened. But anyway, yes. Y'all, this has been the Quantum Show. Thanks everybody. Me and Amy need to get more coffee. What do we do here? Oh. Pushing buttons. We got to push those buttons. Okay. Keeping it quantum. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for showing up. This has been a good show. And Tim is putting up a link in the chat. I'll have to go check it out. But I got to push buttons for right now because it's break time. Thanks everybody. Keeping it quantum. Oh boy, it never ends. I never wanted